What happens when we sleep? Or what happens in the process of sleep? I have this ongoing thing in my life where sometimes I think that as human beings we aren't sleeping correctly. Like, have you ever thought about the fact that maybe we're like mattresses are just completely wrong or at the wrong angle, or that we're supposed to sleep outside on dirt like our ancestors from back in the day? And the fact that like science is still kind of catching up and trying to figure out like what actually happens while we're sleeping, like our brains are kind of cleaning themselves apparently, or are they? Like, what is this process? What happens in that moment or in that extended amount of time when we're asleep? I've been having a lot of trouble. I previously in older videos I've talked about having trouble sleeping, and I feel like it happens in waves. I have these moments in time when I just don't sleep properly. There is a period at the end of each of those words. And I'm in one of those phases right now. I'm in one of these phases where I know there are things I'm doing to keep me awake. I'm not doing everything I can to actually usher myself into a great night of REM sleep. I will be in bed at the right hour. I will be ready. I will feel it coming on like a sweet, sweet lullaby. And then it escapes me. It just goes away. It's like, no, you were tired. That was then. This is now. And now we're not tired anymore. Right now we're going to stay awake. And we're going to browse the internet. And we're going to read miserable articles about things that are happening in the world. And you're going to browse Twitter and have senseless jokes running through your head, but like also really noted satire about the really shitty things that are happening in the world. And your brain is going to be going a million miles an hour, and you're going to think, man, I should write. I should just write right now. But then the other half of your brain is like, no, 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 you're trying to sleep. This is how sleep works. Don't do that thing. But oh, look, Facebook. And oh, look, this thing on Facebook that your family posted that you don't agree with. And oh, it's Instagram. Oh, look at all these pictures from Instagram you didn't see today. Oh my God. Oh man. Meanwhile, sleep is like wherever sleep exists is like, hey man, still holding on to your reservation for tonight, right? Party one, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. This morning I woke up and I didn't want to wake up. I was like, no, I need to go back to bed. I need to recalibrate all systems off, all systems go. It is now about noon on Saturday. And when I got out of bed this morning, it was like such an effort. It's such an effort. And I haven't showered. I was just like, let's make a video about sleep. I had to comb my beard because like, listen, you have a beard and you wake up in the morning, it's like this on your face. So you have to kind of refine it and make it pretty, especially for the camera. There are mornings when it's like, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. And I feel like there are so many of us experiencing this on a regular basis that we're not getting the best out of our sleep. And we know that it's things we're doing to ourselves. We know, like, did I have too much caffeine today? Did I consume too much sugar? Did I eat too soon before bed? Am I looking at my screen too long? Am I not getting myself into bed early enough? Am I not relaxing my mind? Am I too stressed? Is life kind of just not letting go of me? Am I still holding on to this issue from work? Like, is this family issue still driving at my brain? Like, how do I relax the everything and get off to sleep? And for some people, I guess sleep is just natural. Like, sleep just comes on and it's like, sweet, I'm out. And I think I have phases in my life that are like that. Like, yeah, I'm asleep right now, and I'm gonna sleep forever, and it's gonna be great. One of my best friends growing up, he could fall asleep anywhere, and you would know because he would be in the weirdest positions, but his leg would always be in a position where he would shake his foot, like kind of to keep himself awake, and then you would know he was asleep because his foot would just stop, and then he would wake up again. But he could sleep anywhere. And I was envious of that because I couldn't. And I'm a very light sleeper, so the littlest sounds, just like, I'm here, what's up? What's going on? Somebody call me. Somebody say my name. Is there somebody in this room with me? Is there a creature under my bed? What's happening? What was that noise? I'm here. I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. Which reminds me, last night I didn't get to bed till somewhere after 3 a.m. Well, I was in bed probably between midnight and 1. And I didn't really get to the point that I was gonna like fall asleep till somewhere between 2 or 3, and I felt it. And it was just right after 2 a.m. All of a sudden I heard this like really loud, like these two really loud bangs right after each other. And I was up, I was already dressed. I was like, okay, what's happening? And I rushed outside, as did many neighbors. And there is a car in my street, upside down. It had hit a parked car and somehow managed to flip itself over. It's a residential zone. It's about, I would say it happened definitely less than 1,000 feet from an intersection in which you have to turn in some capacity. It's not like a straight intersection. The intersection is kind of like bent. So like the fact that this girl got her car going fast enough that she somehow managed to swerve to her left, towards the driver's side, hit a parked car, and do it in a way, I think she must have just gone up onto the hood and then, and she got out okay. She just escaped, and me and this other neighbor were looking at it, and the hood of the car, or the roof of the car was like crushed, and it was like, how did you got out of this? How did you get out of this? And she's like, I don't know, I'm fine. I think she was on a little bit of adrenaline when she was talking to people. She's like, I'm fine. But I think she was also a little drunk. If I had to estimate, I'm gonna say sober doesn't flip a car. Just gonna put that out there. But that was enough. So now I'm outside at 3 a.m. looking at this car upside down. And for some reason, as a human being, when you see something like that, your brain has to rationalize it in every way possible. Why is this car upside down? Cars are not that easy to flip, I don't imagine. But like when, as a human, you're looking at this and you're like, this is an upside down car. I don't see this every day. And my brain is fascinated to see a thing doing something it shouldn't be doing. You know, and it's just lying there in the middle of the road. Thank God everyone's okay. But the car she hit is demolished. Her car is demolished. It's 3 a.m. The police lights are like making all this like 3D effect on like all the trees. How am I supposed to sleep? What really happens when we're asleep? Like, where do dreams come from? How unconscious am I? Like, what is happening with my body? What can I feel and not feel? If the question remains like what happens when we're sleeping, then the next question is like, well, what happens when we're not sleeping well? I'm still functional right now, but like I'm really, like my brain, I can feel it. Like it's a physical feeling, like straight through the core, like back here, that I just want to just kind of like mellow out. But I don't know that I want to take a nap is the thing. I don't feel tired, I just feel unrested, and I know that sentence makes no sense. But I don't feel like I could take a nap right now. But I feel like I definitely didn't get enough sleep previously. And I don't know what the fix for that is. I think I know what the fix for that is. Oh, yeah, there it is. Sweet, sweet juice. Coffee juice. I love a good glass of coffee juice in the morning. Well, let me know. I would love to hear from you. And like, I'm here. I'm feeling you. Like, if you're not sleeping, here's to all the people who like need to go back to bed. The people that like you wake up in the morning and you're just not ready. I get it. And for whatever reason, so for some of us, it's a really well-known reason. People know they have insomnia. People know they're dealing with like family trauma or emotional stuff, or people know they're dealing with stress and they get it and they're like, no, I know why I'm not sleeping. And then there's those of us who like, sure, I'm kind of stressed about a couple things. And I know like maybe I did have a little bit too much sugar or I ate too much, but like I don't know why I'm not sleeping. And maybe it is insomnia, and maybe I need to look into a solution. I feel like there's all these like silos of people and how we approach sleep and how we deal with sleep and how sleep deals with us. I'd love to hear from you if you have anything to say on the topic of sleep or sleeping or sleep deprivation, or maybe you sleep too much. Maybe you're narcoleptic. That's scary. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. If you like this video, please feel free to go ahead and like this video. Yeah, and I will see you next time. I'm gonna go take a shower.